now it's an absolute honor to welcome to the stage Binance's co-founder, E. E, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm great. Yeah. It's Binance's birthday, but it's feeling as my personal birthday also. I mean, the feeling, not real.
Oh, wow. Well, happy birthday. And what an amazing time to celebrate, because we're also seeing Bitcoin at a new all-time high as well today. So I think it's celebrations all around for everyone. We have some questions for you from the community as well. So first of all, let's start with the biggest news on the kind of market agenda right now. Bitcoin recently broke its all-time high, which is a major milestone for the space. And you, E, have seen crypto evolve through every cycle. So what does the latest all-time high mean for you personally? And what do you think it signals for the future of crypto adoption?
So when the Bitcoin achieve all-time high again, that's definitely will build strongly confidence for our community. I mean, that's probably 11 years ago when I joined the crypto industry. A lot of friends tell me that's a punk game and you are do a stupid decision and you're definitely going to wrong. But in that moment, when I do the decision, I know have a day and we will show off like crypto will leading the industry. Crypto will change the financial system. And day by day, we see that happen. And I think that means have more and more community member join to the crypto industry. And especially when we look at it globally, a lot of government level changes their strategy. That's really have a impress our whole community.
Absolutely. And the community that Binance has grown to support and build has been so significant for the wider cryptocurrency ecosystem. So when you think back to Binance's early community, what moments stand out for you as pivotal in shaping the company culture that we see today?
So when we look at the early stage, I think the community is really a small group and everyone know each other. You are easy to connect some community member, whatever that's a Roger view, whatever that's a Vitalik or whatever that's a City or me. I mean, it's very close with like a friends relationship. You can directly talk with them, ask them question, and everyone always very friendly give you answer. That's not so business, that's not so commercial, but I think that's really impressed me and let me feel, oh, have a lot of people help me and I will try my best to try to help people solve the issue. That's the early stage. But when we join to like a Binance or when we begin creative Binance like a startup, I think we just bring the community culture into Binance and really try to day by day help more retail user. I think that's probably very different with like a traditionally commercial background people. They feel, oh, we hiring people and do the mileage, do the customer service. But when we every day go into community, we just try to understanding what happened, how can I help you, and how can we really build a stronger community. That's the early stage, and I think we still try to do that now. Probably not perfect. I'm not really can directly talk with 280 million people, but I always push our team member as like a directly talk with them in the community. When you say one of a community member company some issue, that's probably have 100 or 1,000 level people have a similar issue, and we should be really help them. That's the first part, and the second part, and when we talk about the Binance, we usually recall we have a very important culture is a freedom, and when we talk about freedom, I mean, people usually feel that means you wanna do something, just do it. But I think for Binance, as a freedom, it's a kind of a responsibility. When we build the value for crypto community, that means we still need like take more responsibility and sharing our benefit go back to community. That's why you can see Binance day by day going to stronger because we are really care. When you look at a lot of like startup, their goal probably, oh, I want not to be a billionaire or I want not to be like a rich guy. But I think from the day one, money is important. I will agree, but I think we put a have an aggressively target is like how to really change the world. So I think that's an early stage culture. I'm really happy to see the community and Binance still keep that apart. But I should say we are not perfect. And we are really pressure have a lot of people complaining the social media, whatever, Twitter, YouTube or something. I think that still help us to be better.
Absolutely. And I think one thing when speaking to other people in the cryptocurrency community is they always are in such admiration of your role as Chief Customer Service Officer, but also how you instill such strong user focused culture at Binance. So I think the community are really curious to ask, how did it start that you knew that community and user focus had to come first?
So as I said, that's like a community early stage culture. We just bring the industry culture go to Binance. So today, even in another community, whatever that's some like a token program, layer 1, layer 2 user case, or like another exchange. And when you complain, they should be like give you feedback or try to solve the issue. I mean, I feel that's a part of a community culture. We're just leading that, continue to do that. We want to make sure the whole industry is still going to the right way. As your user, not just a user, give you revenue, profit, something. I think the user still kind of a community member support you successful. So you should be let your user and the community member really get a win together. I like a win-win game. I don't like some like a business, you just earn money. I prefer as like your user and the whole company and the employee going to like a win-win-win. It's a kind of a three-win. So that's a part of like a early stage. But when we're going to day by day, I think whatever when you look at one company, I mean, if you are like a small startup or like a big company, I think at least only three pieces is important. First part is like a really build a very valuable product and make sure that's enough user friendly. And the second part is like really do good service and help your user feel better and you really care about them. And the third part probably you should be like legally make sure you are enough compliance going to right way. And as like a balance, pay big bill for that before. And we just feel the three-piece run well, that's enough. So we engagement with the community and we will know what happened. How can we improve our product? How can we improve our compliance and still fit the global standard? So even today, I'm not really feel it's old fashioned, but I feel a lot of people tell me crypto industry, you don't need to have a business model. You don't need like a have a profit. And I fully disagree. I mean, this part I probably a little bit old fashioned. I feel we should be have a right business model, and we should be have a profit revenue, and we should be support our community and the user successful together.
And we have some community members in the comments that have been supporting Binance for 8 years and the whole journey. What's been your proudest moment in Binance's 8-year journey?
Usually people feel, oh, that's like a BNB achieve all-time high, or people usually feel that's like a Binance going to number one exchange. But for me, definitely no. I think the most proud moment is like when a lot of user give me feedback as like, oh, look, you are really help us a lot. Let me give you some example. First of all, we have like a one user. They probably use Binance in 2017, but he definitely forget he's like a lot of past number and he forget did he finish KYC or not yet. And I think last year he just try to find me say look like I have like long time don't log in. I can log in. I don't know how to find it back. I'm not sure is that I still have assets in Binance. So I directly talk to him how to cooperation with our customer service. After that, we help him find a back as like a 10 Bitcoin. I'm not sure like how many Bitcoin, but it's almost a 10 Bitcoin. And he just tell me, oh, you are help us find a back. A very fancy car, and I think at that moment it's really honest And that's a truly pressure. We help them life better, especially Bitcoin price rise a lot. And another part is that we can look at the whole industry, have a lot of exchange, have a lot of some startup rise very well, some startup are down. But if they use Binance, if we are here, we will protect your assets. That's a one example. And another example is have some user, they just transaction their assets to wrong address. And if you know that, we are first exchange begin to help user find back their wrong transaction money in our platform. At the last few years, we probably help user find back more than $500 million back at least. And we are not. I'm not checking it. I think we have some a weekly or quarterly report oh, we help user find back money. But that's really a lot of effort. And when the user say, look, because we choose Binance and we trust you and we are really help them find the money back, and I will feel really pressure about that. We're proud about that. And I think another example is have some country their inflation is terrible inflation, and sometimes they just directly send me message, look even have some a negative comment in the social media, but you guys really change our life because we are really hold our assets in Binance. That's fully change our whole family situation, and we usually get this type of feedback. That's the most proud moment for me because we are really changing the world and help people life better.
Yes, definitely. Cryptocurrency is definitely changing people's lives globally. So, with that said, if we look 10 years into the future, what do you hope that cryptocurrencies industry as a whole, what do you think it will have achieved?
So here is a very funny topic, and every bear market and have a lot of OG left because they will tell me as a it's failed, crypto failed, and we don't see the innovation, we don't see how crypto changed the industry. But for me, I think I have a fully different opinion. I feel the change as a traditional media and the internet. Internet changes the traditional media not just as a kill them, but it's a kind of a use a better infrastructure and let the information transfer much easy, right? So you can say you are easy to get information compared with 20 years ago. If you wanna learning something, you just use your phone, use your laptop directly visit it, or you can use AI and your life change. I think our industry is very similar. You can think about 10 years ago, how can you use stablecoin? If 10 years ago, probably we only have a bit majorly that's Bitcoin, and after that I have a few altcoin. It's a copy Bitcoin, and 10 years ago as Ethereum still in the early stage, and we are not have so many layer one, layer two. We don't have a really adoption, but now you can see people begin to use stablecoin to do the day by day payment, and today you can see as a Binance and really help more and more people hold the BNB and change their life. That's a kind of a new commercial, new model for crypto industry. And I think we have a lot of change, but not just immediately, not black or white. I think after 10 years ago, I believe the crypto industry will to be majorly infrastructure support the traditional trading file and payment and banking, and definitely will need everything much efficient and much valuable, and we will help more user, retail user have a easily visit their have their financial service system. So that's my opinion. I mean, it's not black or white, it's just a step by step.
Yes, absolutely. And it's certainly exciting to see how it all plays out. Now, we have some great community questions that have come through. And the first one has come from Ronnie. He's asking, how many users do you think Binance will gain in 2025?
I believe in 2025 we will achieve 300 million. But to be honest, sometimes I just feel number is number. And if we look at a lot of a user, even they to be a crypto industry user, and they still confused about what is crypto. So that's why we launched Binance Square. That's why we have like a more education content, and that's why we involve more user, like a post some more creative content in our platform, because we want our user when they go into our platform, not just a trade, not as a company. I hope they are really know the situation, and they should be learning more about like a investor logic, because I really hope like a lot of users, their life cycle can be as long as we can. So I'm not really prefer it directly like a trading those user. So we give more support as a newbie class, as like some like academic content, have more FAQ something. But I think it's still on the way. But another part is like even the user really can have a very good journey in our platform, better than we just like achieve someone like a big milestone. Milestone is great, but I don't think that's the most important part.
And you've mentioned education there. Stevie7 is asking, where did you first learn about crypto? Because you are a crypto OG, you got in very early. How did you start to learn about crypto when you came into the ecosystem?
So that's 2013, end of 2013, the Bitcoin price first time achieved like a 1,000. And in that moment, I'm a TV hoster, as a travel TV hoster, and you just go into different place, enjoying the hotel. And I think one of the venture capital investor asked me like, do you wanna like help me post advertising for free for Bitcoin? And in that moment, I say, look, like I cannot post something I don't know. So I begin to do research. What is Bitcoin? But when I begin to read the white paper, it's really like it shocked me. I mean, when we was younger, my education background not really tell me what is money. Everyone tell you money is important. To be rich is important, but no one tell you what is real money. And in that moment, I begin to think, what is money? And if the global internet can connect everyone together, as like use different whatever that's an iPhone phone or like a computer or laptop connect each other. I believe something will connect global people together as a financial system. And in that moment, I feel, oh, that's the future. So for this reason, I immediately jumped to crypto industry. But definitely when you like from like a TV hoster jump to crypto industry within like a 2013, end of 2013, 2014, people will feel, oh, you are crazy. In that moment, I have some like high class friends, and they have some like a very elegant life, and they just feel, oh, this girl is joined to some like a scammer group, and like you just get fired. You are not a part of us anymore. And I think that's probably have a lot of community member have a very similar feeling. But I just feel that depends on your knowledge. I mean, every day you will get a lot of information from school, from family, and from media. But if you can really like have a good knowledge about the world, have your personal mindset, and you will know where should you go. I think a lot of moment you will get a different information, different opinion from third party, and you should be clarify, is it really help you or just like their opinion? It doesn't matter. So I think that's my way. I hope that still can give you some like a guide for your life.
Yes, absolutely. And we also have a question here from Mohammed who's saying, what is the most exciting thing coming for Binance yet next in year 9? So a lot has happened in 8 years, and I think they're wondering what's next.
So this is a year already. I mean, when we go into 9 year in the next year, I think the most exciting part that's more about like American how to look at the crypto industry. I think a lot of people just feel, oh, the early stage as like a American government policy just because of some like a personal reason because Donald Trump wanna win something. But look, I mean, they definitely have a strongly like strategy people help them do the research about like a financial system, and they definitely have a deep research about like a crypto tech, right? And the blockchain tech, how to support the ecosystem much stronger. So I mean, they know what happened. They fully look at the future already. And when people feel in this moment, it's like the all-time high already, I should say, hey, it's just early stage. I think that
Yes.
next year we'll have a more improve. Yeah.
Yeah, the industry seems to be growing in the last 2 years, particularly. It just seems to be becoming this big feast that's too big to ignore. Next question we have, someone is asking you, what is your favorite crypto term? Hodl, wagme, fiddle. Which is your favorite term that they use in the crypto world?
So to be honest, definitely I'm a holder and I'm a builder. So for this reason, this one is my like most prefer. But I think another part I use more on my feeling usually it's FUD because like or fall because like a finance when you are biggest. And usually, even the community still have a different angle. Everyone just talk their story. That's normal. So I fully understanding when some like a traditional media look at a crypto guy, they just feel here's some like a very strange people in the world. As when we look at the early stage people, as like when I was younger, my mommy usually say like, oh, if you're going to play game and you are not my daughter anymore, as they just look at the computer is like as a monster. So I think in this moment, traditional media still look at the crypto guy as like a monster, as like a scammer. And I think when you are biggest, usually they will put eyes at our day-by-day operation. If here have some like big news, they will launch it, whatever it's truly or not truly. They just like some like a story, creative some story, make a big news, get more traffic, get more attention, then they can sell their advertising. That's normal, that's business. But I think whatever how are they look at the Binance, how are they like a creative the story, we still need to like go into the right way and use the right operation day by day. If you use like a Chinese, we say 做正确的事情，用正确的方法. Say, that's my opinion.
Great, thank you. And then last up, we have a question from Avex Hessler, who's asking how Binance is celebrating its 8th year anniversaries and what milestones has the platform achieved in the crypto industry over the 8 years. So maybe your favorite milestone, and then also we'll ask you, how you're celebrating.
So, to be honest, I'm a very boring person. My day by day, I think a two part is like a fully cover my life. As a first part is like a meeting, and second part is like look after my kids. I mean, let's look after my different kids. Balance my kids also. So for this reason, I think my celebrity probably just like have a like a more and more meeting, and I have some like a learning within this month is like a I really like talk with people, whatever that's like a junior employee or like a community retail user. They usually directly give you feedback that will help our company to be better. And before, I think I spent long time talk with our community member, but as this month I talk more with our like employee, junior employee, and I have a lot of learning. I feel here we have two product. One product is Binance.com, service our like a whole Binance.com user, and another product is like a Binance. And your HR, your manage style is another product. And the internally, the employee is our like another type of user, and their feedback is really important, and that is to help we build a stronger group. As we say, we want to build a green company, so we should be like building the industry and Binance as a garden. And when you like use the right way, they will grow their self, not just as a machine, because a machine always easy to stock. But as like as a garden, as a forest, that means it's a kind of a healthy self growth power. That's my way.
And we have so many people that are joining us now on X, YouTube, and Binance Square. So a huge thank you to everyone that has asked questions. As a final note, we're seeing sentiment is very positive today. We've got an all-time high across Bitcoin. The crypto markets are in the green. I think everyone that is watching and opening their portfolio is probably quite happy today. Do you have a final message for the community and people that are watching as Binance does celebrate 8 years?
So when this moment we have a different campaign in our platform, and I know our campaign not so good now. I mean, but we still have some benefit. It's like some trading competition or some lucky draw. If you have time, please join it, and we will launch better campaign in the future. We are still on the way, and another part is um I'm not really feel I'm very special person because I said like I'm not from like a very good education background, and I still learning English, but I really feel the community is really enough powerful, and you guys feedback, you guys are advice support Binance to be successful. That not because me, but I think if I have something can sharing or help you guys, that's like a growth mindset. And I think I comment that in Twitter before. Have a one book is a mindset. That's from like a Carol S. It's a one book. I think that's really deliver my majorly opinion. I'm not really feel I need to write a book, something sharing my experience. I think a lot of a really good experience, and you can from book get it and keep a growth mindset. You will meet some better me. And day by day, when you go back to look at 10 years ago, you are another people already. So really pressure our community, our angel, and our user, even some competitor. I think this still help us to be stronger.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and celebrating with the community. It has been so fantastic to hear some of your insights. We still think you should write a book, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. But happy 8YA, and thank you so much for joining us,
Yeah, so I know the time is short, and next time maybe we can have some like a openly AMA, but you should be allowed. I use my terrible pronunciation and terrible grammar, but I think if only I can do something is keep honest and keep transparency with you, and lovely my community member.